Here are a mix of some fun and exciting One Piece East Blue theories.
Arlong's search for a Grand Line gateway, the theory. Arlong's choice to establish his empire in the East Blue, specifically around Kokoyesi village, was not just about dominating a weaker sea, but was driven by a specific long-term goal to find or create a hidden backdoor or advantageous route to the Grand Line, bypassing typical dangers or marine surveillance.
Where does this theory come from? Arlong is a powerful fishman who came from the Grand Line. His obsession with mapping the surrounding sea and his disdain for humans from the East Blue make his prolonged stay somewhat peculiar, beyond simple oppression. It's plausible he possessed knowledge from his time in the Grand Line about a unique sea current, an unmapped passage, or even a strategic choke point within the East Blue that, if controlled, could offer a significant advantage for returning to the Grand Line or for future fishman operations, allowing his crew to avoid more heavily patrolled routes or dangerous areas. His mapping efforts could have been a prelude to exploiting such a discovery.
Dragon's hidden network in the East Blue, theory. Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, had a more established and active intelligence network within the East Blue than was initially apparent. This network provided him with crucial information, allowing him to be in Logtown at the exact moment to save Luffy from Smoker.
Evidence reasoning. Dragon's calm demeanor and his statement about the wind changing in Logtown suggest a deeper understanding of ongoing events. It's unlikely he simply stumbled upon Luffy. Instead, he likely had discreet agents or sympathizers in various towns, perhaps even among common citizens or minor officials, who fed him information about significant movements and rising figures like Luffy. This would explain his seemingly omniscient presence and his precise intervention, hinting at a long-term strategy for gathering intelligence on the world government's influence and observing potential catalysts for change in the weakest sea.
Smoker's preternatural read on Luffy's destiny. So what is the theory? Smoker's immediate and unwavering obsession with capturing Luffy from their first encounter in Logtown was not just typical marine duty, but an almost preternatural intuition or an early undeveloped form of observation haki that allowed him to sense Luffy's unique and profound destiny. Don't forget to like the video.
Okay, so here is the evidence for this theory. Smoker's pursuit of Luffy becomes a central theme, distinguishing him from other early Saga Marine officers. He doesn't exhibit the same level of personal focus on other pirates, even more notorious ones at the time. This theory suggests that Smoker, possessing an unusual perception or a nascent ability to read individuals' potential, recognized something fundamentally different and supremely significant about Luffy. A will or a destiny that mirrored Gall de Rogers. This strong, inherent understanding fueled his relentless chase, making Luffy his primary target not just for justice, but because Smoker subconsciously understood Luffy would become a monumental force in the world. Now time to like, share, and follow.
Buggy's unrecognized Roger legacy. So what is the theory? The treasure map Buggy possessed in Orangetown, which he believed led to Captain John's fortune, was actually a decoy or a fragment of a larger puzzle left by Goldie Roger himself, subtly hinting at or containing a piece of information related to the Void Century, or the true nature of the world.
Right, so here is the evidence behind this theory. Buggy was an apprentice on Roger's ship, making him privy to some of Roger's actions and perhaps even his hidden intentions. Even if Buggy didn't fully grasp them, Roger, knowing he would be executed, might have left subtle clues or minor treasures in his home sea, the East Blue, that to most would seem like ordinary pirate loot, but held a deeper, unrevealed significance. Buggy's single-minded greed would prevent him from seeing beyond the monetary value. The treasure could have been a coded message, a specific type of ancient material, or a key to another location, making Buggy an unwitting guardian of a small part of Roger's legacy. If you have watched this far, please like, share, and follow.
Mihawk's secret assessment of the will of D. So what is the theory? Dracula Mihawk's pursuit of Zoro in the East Blue, which led to his encounter with Luffy, was not a random act of leisure, but a deliberate, albeit subtle attempt to observe the emerging will of powerful new pirates, possibly even a subconscious pull towards a manifestation of the will of D.
Why this theory makes sense. As the world's greatest swordsman and a Shichibukai, Mihawk's time is undoubtedly valuable. Traveling all the way to the East Blue just to fight a rookie swordsman seems disproportionate. This theory suggests Mihawk, being keenly aware of power dynamics and significant individuals, might have sensed a unique potential or an emerging will, similar to Gol D. Rogers, emanating from the East Blue. While Zoro is not a D, his extraordinary ambition likely drew Mihawk's attention. The encounter then inadvertently allowed Mihawk to observe Luffy's own formidable will and ambition, leading to his later increased interest in the Straw Hat Pirates. Like and follow for more.